Watch
A lot
the
of
poo.
this, a lot of horse poo. So there are obviously a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for, horse riders, equestrian cyclists. Caught you up, sweetheart.
Yeah, it took me.
And it's going to be a rainy day today, or wet, but it's still quite warm. So let's just enjoy the day. Bonjour.
There is a crossroad.
Yes.
The road for the bike is closed.
Yes.
The road for cars as well.
Oui.
Because the bridge has been sold down.
Okay.
So you need to follow the signs. It's gonna be like this. So
Okay.
at one point you will have to.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, man. Merci.
You're welcome.
Au revoir.
Have a nice
Bonne
day.
journée. Vous aussi. Okay. Interesting, eh? There seems to be a fallen, oh, there's a lot of cyclists. A fallen bridge. And we're going to have to deviate. Bonjour. Boop, boop. Bonjour. A lot of cyclists. Well, I didn't like the sound of what he said there, Michelle. A lot of up and down hill.
I know.
Do you think we can get round the bridge?
No, I don't know.
So many cyclists this morning enjoying, whoops, and little slugs on the road. Enjoying the Ville Française. Bonjour. How nice that gentleman stopped to tell us, give us advice. Follow the deviation, a lot of hills. I don't know. I wonder. See, my initial thoughts, same as when we were on the canal path, is to go down to the bridge and see if we can walk our way around it. I'll talk to Michelle about it. So that is the Ville Française deviation to go down this road here. But my thoughts are always, maybe we can. Hello, bonjour. Bonjour. You're not too keen to do my...
No, well, I just don't want to retrace my steps, but I'm sure actually you're probably right. We can probably get around. I just don't want everyone doing it.
Could be wrong, and happy to be proven wrong. But for example, there's a lot of people walking this route.
Yeah, we just have to take the bags off. There's a cyclist.
Ah, there is a cyclist. See, it could even be a small bridge like this that's not safe, and they don't want people going under it. And break the rules. I think this is it, Michelle. So, this looks like the bridge that is certainly cordoned off, and this could be the reason why 90% of the cyclists are doing a massive detour up and down hills because of an unsafe bridge. But it's open, the pathway is open for pedestrians. And look, here is the, yeah, they're doing work on that bridge. And they haven't cut, it's been a while because they haven't cut the weeds down on this section. What do you reckon, good call?
Good call, well done. So they just read the signs and said, the bridge has fallen down, you can't go.
And that was still very kind of him to
Yes.
tell us.
Because we would have thought, oh, what's happening here? And we'd have had to read the signs.
No, I wouldn't have read the sign. I would have just gone through. But worst case scenario, we had to backtrack on perfectly flat path. But I could see, and probably you could see here on the camera, just how hellishly hilly the deviation was. So if they were allowing people to walk under there with their dogs, they were just really advising cyclists not to go that route. Now just ahead of us, I think, will be the other side of the deviation, and sadly hundreds of Ville Française users are being diverted for a pile of scaffolding. And that's all at the moment. That's all that's there. The ones we saw going off or coming up from the right, they'll be 20 minutes to an hour before they join us on this route. Who's bad, that or me? We'd be an hour before we came out that road, Michelle.
Yeah, I think so, with the hills and the farmer's tracks.
Sometimes I just want to say well done me, but it sounds...
It might not have been well done. You might have had to turn back, but we took the risk.
A small turn. I am belligerent. Let me know what you would have done down in the comments. And scold me if you want. I really don't care. It's tricky sometimes for me to put up videos showing the way I behave, because I think common sense is not always, you know, we're not left to make our own decisions quite often. And, you know, you're open to criticism. But as soon as that gentleman, oops, a bit of a bump. As soon as that gentleman rocked up covered in sweat and started telling me the deviation was like this, I thought, well, you know, even on some canal routes when we walked John O'Groats to Land's End, there were closed pathways which were designated sort of deviations into towns and hills. But quite often there was an easy way of just walking around the little barricade that they'll put there, because we're overly nannified. The state is, you know, overly nannified. And what they've done there is they've basically, bonjour. Someone's taken the decision in the local council to deviate the Velo Francais, but not to close it for local walkers. So hello? Tu français?
Ça peut, oui.
I mean, we're Australian, so...
Okay, then English.
Okay.
Let's make life easy.
Okay, easy. So you're going up the Velo Francais?
Yeah.
Oui. Okay, there is a deviation, like a closed road here, and we were told to go round, but I never listened, so I just go straight. So for my recommendation, go straight, don't go... The deviation is big hills like this, and straight is a bridge, but it's completely clear, and people are dog walkers, everybody is walking that way, so your choice. Okay, I did tell somebody, and then had a long chat, and about 10 or 15 minutes ago Michelle vanished out of sight. So I think we're in the town of Mayenne, which turned out to be about 16 kilometers or more. Might be a good place to stop and get a little coffee or something.
I'm happy to keep going.
Me too. Actually, you're right. We can have coffee on the road. We've got plenty of supplies. You know, we're only, say, 16 kilometers into our route. There's no point in making it difficult at this point. I'd say it's down here, Michelle. Oh, I hit the bump. You think it's this way, Michelle?
I don't know.
Seem to have neglected the path at some point. My GPS is still saying this way, but this is a building site. Watch out for metal on the ground. It's like they've completely neglected this bit of road.
Yeah.
They've had construction work done here. This means I'm going to have the camera falling over every time because of the bumps. Oh, can I get any flatness? There's boulangerie there, but inside, around the red car. So let's go to the boulangerie, let's get a little something. 17 kmh, 20, oh, you're going 20. Down there, do you think? That's steep. I think, is it right? Yeah, seems to be. Wow, I'm glad we're not cycling up it. I hope so, I don't want to come back up. Oh, we're going down to the Riverside. So these cars are probably walking, dogs or fishing. I can tell that the roads are much rougher because my camera keeps dropping down, sagging with the bumps. But here is the Villa Foncette. Back to the import. Oh, we're on a riverside, very pretty. Boop, boop. That's where it comes from. Wind in the Willows reference.
That gives a new meaning to down to the river.
Down to the river. It's very pretty. Lovely little boats. I think we've got quite a while of cycling along this river. It's going to be quite pretty. Lots of bikes. Bonjour. And there's actually, we're on a canal, or, well, it's a river though. Surely this feels more like a river, but it's got a canal gate or a lock.
A lock. Sorry, I'm on a downhill.
So there's a weir just here. And then there's a lock. I don't know what river it is, sorry. We'll find out as the days go on. So it's changed massively, the whole feel. This is going to be nice. Whole different feel to the vibe of the Villa Foncette, which you've got to expect over 600 kilometers, yeah? But it goes to show you can put a tent in. Bonjour. Guys camping and fishing.
It's very pretty.
It's very different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bonjour. Got these big rock formations. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
And
That's
there
a pretty good path for a river, canal. It's a river, isn't it?
Yeah. So these are private. That's why they're cordoned off. They're little private grounds, but they haven't got any houses, seemingly. Just private grounds. And that guy was camped there, I think, probably just fishing. But
fishing, wasn't he? He had a bed.
he had a bed. So I wonder how much of this part is going to be like this. Here's another one, camping. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
This is very different flora, geography, geology. We might be camping Riverside today, who knows? See how long this goes. So again, as you get away from the town, it becomes quite très joli and pretty. It's like a mill pond, isn't it? The only discouraging thing today is those grey clouds up there, but at least it's keeping the sun off us, I suppose. Yeah, I'm thinking we should stop and have a good brew and some of the baguette that we had. We have a little Comté cheese, but we've also got this lovely butter. The butter we've been buying in France is with granules de fleur de sel. So little granular bits of flake salt, flour of salt inside. It's very nice. So rather than salted butter, it's actually got texture in it. Most delicious. And it often tastes better just on a little bit of baguette than a piece of cheese does, doesn't it?
It does. And flavour sometimes. A bit of cucumber.
Bit of cucumber we've got as well. What else have we got? Any sausage? Banana.
No sausage.
No charcuterie. We've got no rillette also.
No.
A rillette, for those of you that don't know, is like a sort of pulled pork in lard, for want of a better word. Lovely soft textured pork that's been slowly cooked and then set in quite often goose fat, or can be pork fat or any fat really. A little bit like lard, very tasty. That'll do. That's a good spot for a brew, Michelle.
Okay.
Well, those stands are good, aren't they? You had to buy 4. Well, you didn't have to buy 4, but 4 for the price of 3. So this is what I call a really commercial pain au chocolat. It's got barely any chocolate in it, but you can see the crumb. It's not flaky. It's like a really stale brioche. And I was just saying to Michelle, I'm probably just going to eat the chocolate bit and this is bad carbohydrates. It's not good food. I don't know. I'm so disappointed. Écluse de la Roche. But look at this. Bonjour. Bonjour. There's a house in the middle of the loch. And it's abandoned now. How weird is that? The Moulin de la Roche. So it's a barn. It's a barn. A moulin is a mill. So it was probably, I can only assume it was a grain mill at one time. How cool. So, oh, that's a shame. It says no crossing, that's just for servicing. Oh, wanted to go across. Look at these hand turn gates to open this little lock gate here. So this would have been Moulin, a mill, maybe a grain mill. Pont de Roquefort. Bonjour. I wanted to go over, because I can't really read, that information public, surely you're meant to be able to go over, are you? Because you can't read those signs very well.
Yeah.
Oh, look at these,
Yeah, to hold it there.
hold your foot against to turn the gates.
Yeah, and there's a house here, so.
Well, there's signage over there, but I can't read it from here.
No. Don't know. Maybe when there's somebody here, you're allowed to.
So there are houses where we won't break the rules. And cycle on. We were going to do a live stream from here and just share some info about it, but no signal. When we get stopped, we're going to have just a big bowl of, maybe 2 bowls of plain unsweetened, well, a little sweetened. Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning.
Well, it's raining. Actually, let me get my phone out and show you. So, I don't know if you can really see that.